Matt, Mellow, and Carol. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da 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 da.
Okay, I'm here today with Mad Mellow. Love your eyes.
Thank you.
I just noticed that just now. Okay. It's an early morning podcast because I screwed things up. So introduce yourselves.
Totally fine. Hi, I'm Emily Grace.
I'm Joe. I'm a guitarist.
I'm Erica, and I play bass.
And who are we missing?
Gavin. Gavin Diaz plays drums.
Yeah.
That's who
Great
that
drummer.
is. Okay.
So, what'd you say? That's who that is.
We had this funny joke that we were going to have another drummer we know put on Gavin's mask.
Lives down the street. yeah.
That down the street from here?
Yeah, like minutes
Oh,
away.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gavin got a new job as a mechanic, so he's working Saturdays
Awesome.
now. So.
Well, good for him.
Money.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. Okay, so let's talk about really quick because I have to know if I'm correct. Mad Mellow. Is it because you guys are like crazy mellow? Is
That's
that
because some of us are crazy and some of us are mellow.
is that what it is?
And mellow.
Is that was I kind of partially
Well-
right?
Well, it was like a company that I started, so that's actually like the name of my jewelry company.
Okay.
But I kept it the same thing because I thought it was a cool band name
It
too.
is.
And it
It
doesn't
is.
keep us in one genre. We can be mad or mellow. So-
Okay. Speaking of genre, what would you put yourself in? Because I couldn't figure it out myself when I was listening. I was talking with Koa, and he was like, "Yeah, what kind of music is?" I was like, "I feel like it's kind of like a psychedelic type of chill." Like, and I kept trying to tell him, I'm
Yeah.
like, "I really don't know, but I'll let you know as soon as we have the podcast."
Well, when I upload the songs, I usually do like reggae or indie rock
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
style. Yeah.
I would say they usually start with like a basis in reggae. Most songs do. And then throughout like the songwriting and the tracking process and really like bringing the songs to life in the studio and stuff is where they kind of take like their final tonality and their final sound. Sometimes it might have a little bit of a country feel to
Okay.
it. Sometimes it might
That's
have
cool.
a very like a dub reggae feel to it. It really just depends on how we're feeling in the studio.
Okay.
Definitely not defined by like one genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, and I love reggae. So, okay, how'd you guys meet?
We met through shows years and
say,
years
yeah,
ago.
okay.
We
I
all
was
kinda
gonna
met
say,
through shows.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
met through shows, and then but I originally met Erica, I think, at an open jam.
Right.
We used to go to an open jam, like a blues open jam with
Okay.
Joey Tenuto, and we would. I don't think you
Yeah.
got up and played though.
You
I
would
just
get
met
up.
you there.
I wasn't really playing music at the time. I
Yeah.
had just like started getting into bass and learning a little bit of guitar at that point. So I was like I played a little bit of piano when I was young, but I was kind of a noob still to music at that point. And then we met, and then you hit me up and you were like,
Let's start a band.
yeah.
So we started just like me and Erica playing in her living room, just kind of like jamming out, getting
Yeah.
the ins and outs of things. And I had already written like a few songs, so we were kind of just jamming out. And then originally we had a different drummer and a different guitarist. We went through a couple phases of different people, and then we asked Joe to join in, and then Gavin came in a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, since you kind of started the band together, the two girls, how's the songwriting work?
Well, I wrote a few songs like before even like coming to start a band. I kind of was just like messing around on my ukulele, like trying to learn. Honestly, I learned from YouTube for ukulele, but I mainly just like whenever an idea comes to mind, I'll like write it in my notes and then I'll bring it to them and then they help bring it to life.
Right,
So like
okay.
I'll have like the chord structure or whatever that I think will fit. Sometimes they end up changing, sometimes not,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Okay.
they help spice it up.
Okay. And where do you do your recording at?
Right now it's at Love Potion Studios
Okay.
with Ricky Bolafé.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ricky's great.
Yeah, he's great.
He really is. Okay. So, are any of you any multi-instrumentalists, or let's talk about that?
I would say Joe is
Yeah.
for sure.
Erica is too.
Erica also is.
I play guitar in this band, but I play bass in a couple other bands as well. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do a little bit of singing, but not much.
Okay.
Yeah, Erica fucking shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I wouldn't say shred, but yeah.
I would.
Hey, take it.
I would.
Yeah, like I said, I started out as a kid on piano, and then I kind of stopped playing music for a while, but I got back into it, going to the jams just because I really liked it, and then this is like my first band, so
Okay.
playing bass is like kind of become my main instrument just through playing a lot, but yeah, I play also a little bit of guitar through songwriting and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I actually started on hand drums. I would play bongos and stuff,
Oh,
but
nice.
I don't know how to play like a drum set really. I
Right.
could do probably like one drop beat. That's about it. So I wouldn't say like I'm a drummer, but I'm pretty good at bongos, and then I play ukulele.
Okay. All right. So your music is a variety of many different genres. What band or what music is the most inspiring for you guys? Like individually.
Okay. I think I was most inspired by reggae. That's why like most of my songs start out sounding like reggae, and then like I said, I'll bring it to them, and then they'll get like a different sound between like the solos and when we add drums. I really love Ayaterra. That's one of my favorite bands. So I was like really inspired by their like lyrics and yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to country music, so that wouldn't really.
I just had my first country artist last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, last week, Wednesday.
We do have like a couple country.
I would say
songs.
your sense of melody is much more country than you realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just baked in. I don't think you realize it.
I guess I don't realize
Yeah.
it then, but yeah, that's what I grew up on for sure.
I would say for myself personally, I grew up on like a lot of everything, classic rock, metal, rap, reggae, everything. So I kind of pull from all sorts of stuff, but I guess what you would probably hear more in more of the Mad Mellow stuff would be more along the lines of like reggae. Probably like the Elevators and Stick Figure, probably my top two most influential bands when it comes to reggae.
Okay.
I'm definitely an emo kid at heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of like some more heavier stuff, and like pop punk.
Right.
Eventually got into listening to like more metal. A lot of what I listen to now is like indie, math rock, sometimes like more progressive metal. But yeah, I like that we are able to play a lot of different genres because I can kind of bring some of like the rock into it, and
We can like
go hard.
nerd out on the
Yeah.
technical stuff too.
And also bring it to like the reggae vibe because like Ayaterra, you guys talk about a lot of reggae.
Yeah.
I don't listen to as much reggae, but I appreciate we can like kind of be in between the mellow
Riffs exist everywhere. Riffs are not genre specific.
That's very true.
We've talked about writing some heavier music, so we might have that coming for you guys soon.
Yeah, no, I love that you guys are so diverse with everything. I haven't seen you live. I can't wait to see you live because it sounds like something that I would like really, really love.
Yeah.
Because I like you. I loved country music growing up, but I also am a diehard 30 Seconds to Mars fan. Nice. But one of my other favorite people is Mattis Yahoo.
Okay.
And so it's like I'm very diverse like that as well. The only thing that I cannot stomach is techno.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I can't lie.
It's
I get down to some hard style.
My dad, when he died, he was 78 years old. He was a diehard techno fan, cruising in his
That's
Grand Marquis,
awesome.
listening to techno. My niece wrote a poem about it. It's so funny. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? Dad, what the heck? So, okay. So how many songs do you have out released now?
10.
10 songs.
Yeah, we just released an album called Growing Pains.
So nice.
It has 10 songs on it, yeah.
Awesome. And I'm sure that this is going to be different for each of you. What is your favorite song on the album?
Oh,
It's hard.
That is very hard.
Well, when you say favorite song, do you mean to write and record or like just hearing?
So I did have a 2-part question.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It was like your favorite song to write and record and make,
Okay,
and then my other part of the question was which one's your favorite to perform?
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I like I Am Worthy a lot. That's probably my favorite to perform.
Okay.
It's very upbeat, very catchy. The song that's closest to my heart, though, is going to be the one that I wrote about my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
He passed last
Oh,
year, so
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh,
it's heavy, but
yeah.
yeah, life happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song on
Is
the
it?
album. Yeah, I so before like the demoing stage, she hadn't shown that song to us yet because it was just like really very personal for her,
Right.
you know. And I mean, I could only imagine that's like really a very vulnerable state to put yourself in. The second I heard it, I told her, I was like, "This is your best song.
Really?
This is your."
What's the name of that song?
My
It's called
brother.
My Brother.
My Brother.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I actually
It's,
performed it for the first time at the songwriting event that I did
Okay.
last Sunday. It was like a songwriter circle through 561 Music.
Right.
And everyone started crying.
I was going to
She brought-
ask, like,
she
how is it
brought
when
down
you
the
perform
house.
it? Do you cry or?
So that was my first time. I was going to do it at the album release, but everybody was like having such a good time and dancing
Yeah.
and stuff. And I felt like it would kind of like bring down the vibe.
Yeah,
and
I
there
get
was a
that.
band playing after us. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, like, you know, make people cry and then leave, you know,
Right, yeah.
ultimately. But yeah, I thought the songwriter circle was the perfect time to do it. And there was, although it was, you know, everyone was crying, it was a great response. Like, people felt it, you
Right.
know.
And I think you're right. I think that was
Yeah.
a perfect time to introduce that song to.
It's a very
to the
raw
scene.
setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do plan on playing it out more, but probably more so on like our 3-hour sets,
Yeah.
not just like the 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we usually open like when it's a 45-minute set, and I
Right.
don't want to leave that like, I don't know, like,
Yeah. No, I get what you're
you
saying.
know,
Yeah.
for the next band to like pick up, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. I get that.
It's heavy. It's heavy. It's real. It's real.
Exactly.
And raw.
That's
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would say writing wise and like performing wise, for me, Serenity was a lot of fun. I took a lot of time to like really put that song together in the studio. Like layer after layer of guitar on that song, harmony after harmony, part after part, like mix and match, try to loop this thing with this thing, see if this part works with this. Just like a big old puzzle.
Right.
And it worked out really well. I'm like super happy
Yeah.
with how that one sounds. So
Is that the one, after hearing how you described it, that took the longest to record?
I wouldn't say that.
I don't
No?
know. Honestly, Ricky is such a professional in the studio. When we go in there, I try to have an idea for some of my parts, but Ricky's really good at pulling like, you know, just like spark of the moment stuff out of me sometimes, and pushing me to be a little bit more creative than like what I originally had come up with.
Right.
So I mean, we definitely sit down and take a good, you know, like 3 or 4 hours when we're going through and tracking guitar stuff to make sure each song has like its own tonality and stuff to it. Serenity, and I would say, I think Serenity and Mental Warfare took the longest to track.
Okay,
when it
that's an
comes to that
interesting
stuff,
name.
yeah.
What's that song about, mental warfare?
It's about literally mental warfare.
That's what I was like.
Like living with like mental health, like maybe like depression or anxiety, and just like kind of like paints a picture of how that is for like someone to live with.
Right.
I mean, like the first line is, "I'm emotional and a little unsteady," you know.
Right.
But man, sometimes shit gets so heavy. That's like what.
Right.
So it's just like kind of like about natural emotion and like not being ashamed of like feeling those feelings.
Right.
And because I think a lot of like mental health has like a stigma of like that you have to be ashamed, and I think it's just natural human emotion. So
Yeah.
like a lot of my music, I'm trying to just like get that across to people that like they're not alone and they don't have to feel ashamed. Like
Yeah.
everybody feels these feelings whether they want to admit it or not.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. No, it's an important thing to put out there.
Yeah.
Because there's so many that are embarrassed,
Yeah.
and yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to talk about
They
it.
are.
I feel like I want to set like I don't know what the word is, just like a safe space, I guess,
Right,
like
yeah.
for people not to like feel like they can't talk about it or
Exactly.
like to be ashamed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite song, Erica?
I think my favorite song to perform is "Long Time."
Okay.
I think that one's just really fun.
Yeah.
And also, like, I remember, like, when you were writing it and you just wrote it in like 5
Oh my gosh.
minutes.
5 minutes?
So that's the thing with my writing is like when something comes to me, it comes to me quick. And
Right.
like if I don't write it down, it's like gone.
Okay.
So that's actually what another one of my songs is about.
Is about your writing?
Live happy. Like the first line is if someone was recording my mind, I'd have a platinum album by the time I'm 35. Because I have so
just
much
in and
like
out. It's
Right.
like in and
constant.
out. Like
Yeah.
so if I don't
Wow.
write it down, but then I could sit there and write a song in like a minute.
That's crazy.
You know, because it's like it just comes. It's like a poem. You
That's
know? I've been writing for
That's
a
a
long
natural
time.
talent.
Yeah.
That's. I tried to write a song once, and I gave up after like the third word. I'm like, how do you do this? It wasn't for myself. I don't sing or anything, but it was like my daughter's band when she was little. I was like, maybe I'll
Can't
help
figure
them
out how to put a piece of lyrics together to save my life.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That was my problem.
You give me. I mean, I'll write you a whole album of instrumentals, but lyrics, no.
I think that's why we like fit together so well because I'm really good at writing, and then like I'm not very like I can't hear a chord by ear or anything like that. Like they have to tell me what like to
Right.
play, you know.
Uh-huh.
But like I'm really good at writing, so
Right.
like I could help out that way.
Right.
And I've been writing my whole life, so I have like poem after poem, you know. So I think that's why it's easier to
Yeah.
come to me is that I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was your favorite song to record?
Well, Dark Road was really fun. I remember we were in the studio on that one together, and I think just lyrically, it's the one that really touches me the most because I sing that one to myself sometimes. It's
Oh, I love
like-
that.
I'm
I
like,
love that.
You know, searching for the light, but I don't see the tunnel. But
These are some deep songs.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them are about mental. That's why I was like forewarning.
yeah.
But
You may cry listening to this album.
yes.
Like after talking about it, I'm like literally, I have to go to this open house. I'm gonna sit there and play your album because
Thank you,
I want to
yeah.
hear it all now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Makes
Yeah.
you feel the feels, but
Yeah.
like it's healthy. you
No,
know?
it is very healthy. I went to after my first. I got not my first divorce, my only divorce, but from my first husband. I went to therapy once a week for 2 years. So you have to. I mean, you have to understand.
You gotta work
Sometimes you
through
got to
it,
do that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And writing really helps me work through my emotions.
Yeah.
So I would just hope that like what I write helps somebody else. That's
Right.
like the main reason why I write what I write. You know?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think all of us kind of has like a basis in like why we started, at least in performing, was because we connected so much with music, and it was so much there
Exactly.
for us in,
Right.
in our our like harder times and stuff that we just saw that I mean, you put enough time in, and you would hope that your music could only go to do the same for
Yeah.
somebody else, you know.
Yeah.
I think we've all kind of had our own realizations in that light, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever had any, like at a show or whatever, or even people just listening to music, message you or come up to you and say, like, oh, this song here, it really helped me get through this or whatever?
I don't think anyone said that like specifically.
No.
I think honestly the most feedback I've gotten was at the songwriter circle.
I was gonna say my
Okay.
brother for her probably
So-
was her first real dose
Really?
of that. Yeah.
So what I think like a lot of the time is like when you're out performing like full band, like I don't know if this happens for everybody, but I don't think like many people are actually listening to the lyrics. Like, I think
am.
a lot of them. It's like they're dancing around.
Yeah.
But
with
like
shows, there's so much going on sometimes.
Yeah,
you're
that
absolutely
if you're
right.
not there to pay attention to the lyrics,
Yeah.
sometimes
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not what you're there for. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when I play solo, I find that more people are paying attention to what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So like at the songwriters circle, it was really raw. It was only me with the ukulele. Like people are sitting at tables looking, like like
Yeah.
everyone's paying attention. It's not as much of like a bar scene as like your normal gig.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That
People
makes
weren't really like
100%
drinking.
perfect sense.
or,
Yeah.
like, they were like their eyes are on you.
Right.
You know, they're listening. You're attentive.
Right.
But I mean, I have like some close friends that are like, "Oh, this song helps me," but it hasn't really happened like at a show.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yet.
Except for the
I'm
songwriters.
Sure, I'm sure it will. Besides the
Yeah.
songwriter, yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably the. But I hadn't played that song.
It's gonna
before,
start
so
happening
it was just
for her
like-
a lot, you know. She's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really just kind of starting to get into like full swing gigs and stuff
Yeah.
as well, you know. So, the more we play, the more opportunity there is for things like
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the local scene.
Okay.
You guys have a whole album out. Like, that's a lot more than a lot of the bands. Like you said, you're just starting to get in full swing of playing out live. But, like, a lot of the bands that are playing regularly out live, they have, like, maybe an EP or whatever. So, as far as those other bands go, though, do you have any favorite bands that you're like, oh, they're playing, I gotta go check them out?
Wakata.
Oh, I love Wakata.
Anytime they're in the area, God.
You know you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, love them. Love Tyler. Love everybody in
Yep.
Wakata. Gavin is obviously, you know, with Bomb the Algorithm and stuff. So they're crushing it right now too. We played with Stony Fools a couple weeks ago at Prop. That was pretty sick. So anytime they're around, they're crushing it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I really like Billy Doom is Dead too.
I love Billy, too.
They're
Billy's a
really
great guy.
good. I mean, Dominic Delaney writes really good songs.
Yep.
I love seeing Ricky play. He's always, you know, giving it his full, full go. I'm like blanking right now. I know so many local bands. I mean, I love Spread the Dub. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Tasty.
They always Tasty Vibrations is great. Joey Caldereo. Like, I mean,
If you want, we could have
yeah.
another 30-minute podcast, and I
I
could
know.
go
I
through
could
them
just,
all. Yeah.
I could just list
I'll
all the
be
Friends
honest.
bands.
We know a lot of the bands.
I'm like, we could just
Or
keep
better bands.
listing.
Oh no, those guys suck.
He's into more better too.
Just kidding. The bassist sucks. The rest of the band is fire.
Yeah, I love Young Cassidy.
Yeah,
They put
so
on
fun.
such a great show. I just saw the Dirty Crumb Bums at the.
Oh my God, that was my first time
They
seeing them
killed
too.
it.
They killed it.
I was like blown away.
Yeah, they're really good.
I was like, I would hate to go after
Them, yeah.
Yeah, just
an act I would not want to follow.
I know there was a little bit of sound issues that night, but like they, despite what was going on, like didn't stop, didn't seem like it phased them, like just kept putting on the show, and I was like, that's what it's about. Like,
exactly.
Don't let that get you down. You know.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
gonna happen. You know.
Absolutely. I knew this was because I didn't get it in time before. Okay.
My guitar was trying to like.
Let's not talk about your guitar at our album release.
I was gonna say you gotta be able to push through though. You know, like
that's when you know you're a professional. You have to just
you
push
have to be able to
through
just keep moving and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was so funny. So like first song into our album release show.
It wasn't the first song. It was like 3 songs in.
It was the
No, I
first
think It was
song.
the first song.
It was
No, it was 3 in.
No, it wasn't, Joe. It was I Am Worthy. I promise you.
Was
Yeah.
it really?
It was the
No,
very
'cause
first
Oh,
song.
I was standing
shit.
there. I'm like, oh, of course this is gonna happen.
on the first song.
Yeah.
through a couple songs.
No. No. But it was great. Like, who came in clutch? I forget. Who gave
Cairo
the
Reef.
guitar.
Yeah.
Cairo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cairo Reef. Another good.
Cairo Reef.
What did you break
And-
strings or?
No, my so
Guitar just went out.
there was a power issue with my pedal board. So of course for the whole hour I had it set up prior to the show,
It's
nothing
perfectly fine,
happens.
right? Yeah.
And
Murphy's Law.
not even 5 minutes into the set, I guess there was just a power cable that had been like somewhat clipped, and I just hadn't seen it. And so my whole pedal board went down. I was getting like signal on the input side, but not on the output side. So I just had to go direct into my amp. But I thought it was my guitar, so I switched my guitar out and stayed plugged into the pedal board. Wasn't the guitar. So
okay.
went after realizing it wasn't just the guitar. I had to like. It was in I Am Worthy because by the time the melody came back up, I had plugged into the amp in time and stuff and was able to play the melody. But,
We just laughed about it. But
yeah, it was just funny.
What else
Of
are you gonna
course,
do?
of course, the issues are only going to happen while you don't want them to.
Of course.
So,
Of course.
Well, it was just funny because he plays with Cairo now, right? So like they played the beginning set. Totally
No-
fine.
no
Of course,
issues.
You know, and
Yeah.
we go into the first song and it's our album release, and it was just like, what?
Of course. Of course.
But yeah, we got
Yeah.
through it, and it was fine the rest of the set.
Yeah,
and-
we got the
yeah.
homies on standby as well. Everybody was ready to bring me a guitar
Nice.
or whatever I
Yes.
needed, So
Nice.
we were saved.
I
thankfully.
love seeing that though when you
Yeah.
guys all pitch in to like
Yeah.
support each other like that.
Christine is very supportive.
It
it's
is.
great. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is. There's like I'm not gonna lie, I can count on like one hand like some bands that would not do that, but
Yeah,
It's-
I'm sure there are people that stingy about gear,
Yeah.
whatever, but large majority of at least the people
yeah.
I've played with and come across everybody's very friendly.
Yeah.
Very, very. They just want to see everybody excel.
Exactly,
Want to see us play our best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important, you know. So the venues. What are your favorite venues to play?
I mean, I love Guanabanas.
I was gonna say.
That's
I
always
think
been like my
Guanas is
favorite
like.
venue, whether to go
I've
to
never
a
been
show
there.
or-
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta go.
So beautiful.
You gotta
It
go.
is kind of a truck for you though if you're here in
Yeah,
Jersey.
and that's the problem. I love propaganda.
So what
the truck up
what
there
you
is like,
do? What you
sucks.
do
Like
is
double
is
for
you
that.
take the day to go spend it like on the water and stuff,
Okay.
and then you go to Guanabanas in the evening.
Okay.
So like go hang
I'm
out
gonna
at
do
like
that.
Peanut Island for the day. And
I've
then
always
take
wanted to go to. I'm a native Floridian. I have never
Oh
been to Peanut
my.
Island.
All right, so
I
what you
talk
do
about
is
it
you
every
go-
summer. I
yeah,
said,
go to
"Let's to
Palm
Peanut
Beach,
Island
find a
this summer."
charter over
Shit.
to the island, and then
Yeah.
charter back and go hang out at Guanabanas for the evening.
I am going
That's
to
the way
that.
to do it.
That
yeah.
is, I am planning that, and I'm going to video it, and I'm
Yeah.
going to tag you guys.
Yes, I'm down.
We'll meet you out there.
Okay. So we'll come out there. There's
We love
snorkeling and
it.
stuff too.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I want to do that. So I've always wanted to do it. I saw some videos of my friends doing it, and they actually like rented a boat that had like a little grill on it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the
Yeah,
heck?
yeah.
Where's this at?"
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
grills all over Peanut Island too.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can bring your charcoal and grill up there
Yeah.
too. It's really a nice spot.
I'm doing it.
But yeah, Guanabanas is great food too.
Okay, I'm a foodie, so you sold
good.
me on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great environment, great food. You know, everyone's nice and welcoming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to play it with them because it's the gig is just the nature of the gig is like a 3 or 4 hour show. But Maxie's in Jupiter at Little Maori's, I think it is. But Maxie's Lineup is the name of the venue. And I love playing there. It's at I think it's called Aloha Food Shack. No, it's not Aloha Food Shack. It's Little Maori's Food Shack. Sorry, I was stupid.
I was gonna say that was bringing it back.
Yeah. But that place is awesome. Their food's great too. So
Okay.
anytime I play up there, they feed us and stuff. So
That's nice.
That's great. Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, Aloha used to just be like a little spot in Boca that has their good food too. You know.
That was Aloha. Yeah.
Yeah, Aloha.
Yeah,
they
that
would
was
they would
Aloha.
have live music sometimes too, but it's no longer there.
Yeah, they're not there
unfortunately.
anymore.
Yeah, but it was a cool little spot.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to
Favorite
think.
spot?
I want to say propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like it.
They've
yeah.
they've probably been one of the more supportive venues.
Yeah.
And us like getting our feet beneath us and stuff. You
Yeah.
know. So gotta have love for
Yeah.
prop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love Natalie and Franco.
I love-
They're all they're both very supportive of
Yeah.
the local scene, and they allow you to like get your feet wet, you know, especially
Yeah.
if you're a new upcoming like band and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I every time I do a show there, I'm always like, I need this to be a good show for the venue. I want
Yeah.
them to make a lot of money
Exactly.
because like they're supporting the scene, and
Of course.
I need to
Yeah.
make sure they're good.
They keep it
Yeah.
alive down here.
Yeah.
man. They really do.
Yeah, there's not many really good venues.
No.
It sucks.
It's
Yeah,
just the
unfortunately,
same.
it's been kind of rough.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's not just us. I've talked to other bands too. It's been just rough trying to find decent gigs.
Yeah, it's
But-
true. It's
But
true.
yeah, Prop's always been supportive of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're very thankful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to my next segment here.
Okay.
And it's called You Can Tell Mom Anything because I'm stage mom.
Okay.
Anything.
It's just basically questions for your fans to get to know you as not just musicians.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So do you guys all work outside of music?
Yep.
Yes. I make.
Oh,
Jewelry.
yes.
I make and sell crystal
Tell them
jewelry
where they
as
can find that. Yeah.
Yeah, so local artists. I do pop-up shops like all over town. I also have a website. It's madmellowjewelry.com. It's just crystal jewelry, so it's like strung necklaces, stretchy bracelets. I also sell accessories like rings and pens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can find me like all over town. If you follow my Instagram, it's OG Mellow,
Okay.
or you can shop online.
Yeah. That's how I met you.
Yeah.
The first time at the Young Fiction Show. And
Yep.
yep, I bought a ring for my friend.
Yes.
And, yep. And my daughter bought 2 pairs of earrings, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll pop up, and if the band needs help with their merch, I'll run it for them too. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm supportive of,
Yes.
I love
That's
helping
good.
people out too,
Yeah.
It helps me
Comes
to
back.
let me, set up at their show too, so I might as well give back and help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. I work at a smoke shop. I manage glass chambers in Boynton.
Okay.
So, yeah, come see me if you need any wraps or something.
Okay.
He has all your smoking needs taken care of.
Anything you need.
I live right down the street from where Joe lives, at work, so I could just walk over there.
Yeah. Not that you would need to,
Yeah.
but
I don't smoke, but I work in software.
Okay.
I feel like that's so boring compared to music. But
She's
yeah.
our smartest member.
I was just gonna say I couldn't do it.
she's the brains of the operation.
for sure.
Yeah. No, that's it. You have to be smart to do that. Yeah. That's a
Don't
good
you
one.
work with like spacecraft or something though? Like,
Well, I used to, but
Okay,
you know,
okay.
it's a
Wow,
So cool.
that is really
Yeah.
smart too.
very cool.
the
Yeah.
whole thing
What
with
did
the
you do?
government was, a lot of funding got pulled because of the whole issue that we're dealing right now with the government.
Right.
So now we've kind of moved on to more like healthcare related things. But,
Okay.
yeah, I mostly just like build websites.
Okay.
And, work with databases.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Still more. I couldn't do that.
I'm
I
so
could never-
lost.
if my life depended
That
on
was
it.
all.
No,
We're
if
not
my
gonna
life
get too
depended
I'm
on it,
like,
I couldn't.
what?
Okay, so what's your favorite way to spend your day off?
I'm a very active person, so on my days off, I usually go to the gym, and then I'll practice ukulele, or I like the beach. I'll go to the beach, just kind of relax, you know, because I'm always out at bars, even when I'm selling jewelry. So I kind of like to just be a homebody, or
Yeah.
do something in nature,
Yeah.
kind of decompress and realign my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying at home. I'm cooking. I'm
Yeah.
doing laundry. I'm so boring.
Oh, I do lots of crafts too.
I was gonna say.
Oh, do you?
I did
Paint
see.
by numbers, gym by numbers.
Okay.
He paints too. Don't
Yeah,
let him fool you.
I
He's a
paint
good
and I draw
painter.
and I do all that sort of stuff.
Really?
I saw that there's a new. Oh, did you see at Okehele Park? There's a new little skate area, like a pump track. So that I'm looking to go do that in the next couple
I didn't know
weeks
about
too.
that.
Yeah.
I gotta whip out the rollerblades. I do love rollerblading.
Do
too.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like to get out in nature. I'm inside
All the
day
time,
most
yeah.
days. So
Yeah.
or go to a show.
Yeah.
If there's something. Sometimes there's shows in Orlando, and I'll drive up for that if it's a band I really like. But yeah, I just like to leave my house.
What's your favorite Orlando band?
I don't know any local bands, but I've seen so many shows in Orlando, like Animals as Leaders. I've seen,
She likes to
they're
rock
awesome.
out. She's like a
Yeah, I like-
headbanger.
When I'm saying we
love
can
that.
nerd out over the technical stuff, that's what I'm talking about.
I like hard music also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Awesome.
30 Seconds to Mars is one of
Yeah.
my favorites. Their old stuff is much better than their new stuff, but I think that they're amazing.
Don't let Jared
That's
hear
the
that.
case for a lot of bands.
I'll tell him.
She's like, I'll tell him to his face.
I will. I will. I went to. I was an adult, and they were touring with Muse.
Yeah.
And I went to the show, and I bought the tickets last minute because I would spend any amount of money to see a local band, but I have a hard time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Paying that kind of money for a
National
really,
acts,
really
yeah.
popular, very rich band.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let's go. My daughter loves Muse. I said, let's
Yeah.
do that. We're not doing anything. So I bought the tickets last minute. I didn't realize I bought front row. And I got there, and the ladies escorting us up, and I'm looking at my husband and my daughter. We're like, where are we going? We're like, what the
That's
heck?
awesome.
And then she
Heck
put us in it.
yeah.
I'm like, wait, are we really supposed to be here? I felt like I was my old 17-year-old self again. And Jared looked, I'll show you the picture. He looked right at me and pointed, like, in my eyes. He was like, I know who you are.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was so awesome.
Especially when you mistakenly didn't
I had no
know.
freaking
Like,
clue.
Yeah.
I just kind of went through, and it was like 3 seats together. Let me just get these. And like I said, I wouldn't spend money.
Yeah.
So I know, as far as I remember, they were not expensive. Maybe like $250
I
for all
don't
three of
think
them.
I
Like,
don't
that's-
think 30 Seconds has ever allowed their prices to get that crazy. VIP is
Yeah.
one thing, but
Yeah.
my mom has a friend that's followed them for years and years and years, and has been just like a super fan basically, and talked with Jared a lot and stuff. But
Really?
it's always been
She's a super fan, too.
reasonably affordable, to be
Right,
to be
yeah.
that level of a fan.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool of them.
Yeah, no, it's
for
very
sure.
cool, and that explains how I got from.
Yes.
Yeah, they've always managed to keep their prices pretty reasonable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even necessary to do like what have these. Like,
You don't have to hit people
It's
over the head
crazy.
constantly.
It's
It makes no sense.
absolutely crazy. I remember back in the day, like it was so much funner buying a concert ticket when we would go to the record store. I'm showing my age, and buy it there. Like we'd wait online until the record store opened, and we would be there with our $10.
I wish that was the
was-
thing, man. That would like get people back into record stores
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
That would do a lot, you
I
know.
know
Yeah.
there's one. I think it's actually this way that has been like Mama's record store. Mom.
Yeah, it's in Dania.
What is it called? Mama's.
My
Little
mama's. I follow him. Hang on a second. Actually, I think my daughter's going there today, or she went there last night. I don't.
But yeah, they hold local shows there.
Yeah, they
have
have
local artists
Yeah.
that go in
open.
there
You
and play.
guys would fit really good there. They would love you.
That'd be awesome.
They would because they're so nice there. My mama's books, records cafe. I'll send it to you so that you have it.
I think At the Starlight did ask us to play a show there with them at one point, and we were busy.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah, it would be cool to get in there at some point.
Yeah, they do a lot of open mics. That might have been what it was last night. Maybe an open mic
Oh, maybe
over
That's
there.
cool.
Yeah, they do that.
I wish
The
it wasn't
owner
so
is a
far from
drummer.
us, but
I know, right? But the owner's a drummer, and she loves having bands come. And,
awesome.
Yeah.
I would
So,
definitely
that's
go
sick.
for the open mic if it was closer.
Yeah.
We're like an hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do it on a day when you're planning on coming down for another reason.
Something
Exactly.
else.
And then,
Yeah.
that's,
Just like what we said with Peanut Island and
Yeah,
Guano.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Make a day of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys have any significant others? The world wants to know.
I think I'm the only one. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Nope.
no.
No?
I mean, no.
It's
not,
complicated?
No, not even. Just kind of going with the flow of life, you know? I don't have a boyfriend right now, so
Okay.
just hanging out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
No?
Yeah, I just moved in with my boyfriend like 3 months ago.
Okay.
At the, like December. So, yeah, we've been together for like 2 years, and it's going
Nice.
it's going well. And
Good.
He's supportive. He's a board game guy. So
Okay.
he likes to be just at home and chilling with friends. He
Okay.
doesn't go out as much, but sometimes I drag him out to shows
Right.
and stuff.
He's come out to a couple of our shows.
Yeah,
and
that works.
Sometimes you got grabbed
Yeah.
by.
He's rocking out.
Yeah.
He's good. He's cool.
That's nice. He's supporting.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like opposed to it or anything. It's just like I'm not gonna
Just-
force nothing either. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less headache.
Yeah. I mean, I'm such a busy person.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest, like I don't. You know,
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens.
Exactly.
you know?
Right.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. So, you love reggae. You're like a little emo girl. Like, other than the music that you guys mentioned, which you mentioned a lot. Are there any other guilty pleasures that nobody really knows that you like to listen to on occasion?
I would say some good old gospel music. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm telling you, some of
I
that
can
good old
get
gospel
down
music's
to that,
like,
some, especially
Yeah.
if I'm having like a rough day, I'll put on some Christian music.
yeah,
It's just uplifting.
it is.
Yeah.
It makes you feel really good. You're absolutely
Exactly.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, I listen to all kinds of music. I'm not like stuck on one genre or anything, but that's probably something people wouldn't expect me to.
Yeah,
listen
no,
to.
yeah, absolutely. It's a good question.
Yeah.
My dad like used to keep a radio on when I would go and stay out with him and on the weekends and shit, and he always had like bluegrass stations on, and I hated it when I was a kid. Absolutely,
You
hated
appreciate it now, huh?
I fucking love bluegrass.
Love it
now.
too.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all, but I love bluegrass now. And bossa nova. Anytime I get a little taste of bossa, I'm like, just
Uh-huh.
you know,
that
immediately.
vibe, yeah, it's-
immediately.
I
Heck
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I would say classical. I don't know. I feel like I also listen to everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I draw inspiration from everything. But
Right.
like when I was a kid, most of what I was taught on the piano was like classical adjacent. You know.
Nice.
So yeah, I just like to listen to that and just jam out to 30-minute long orchestral.
Yeah.
Just an
You know?
entire passage.
I do love jazz music too.
I love
jazz. Is
jazz.
so relaxing.
I
Like
love it.
I mean, I haven't had a drink in a while, but like I would drink a glass of wine to some
Yeah.
jazz. You know,
It
like,
is-
It's just
yep.
so relaxing.
It
and
is.
so nice.
It is.
And hey, we might have some bluegrass coming out too soon. I have a banjo ukulele that I might
Nice.
whip out soon.
Oh, you
so,
know,
should.
I found my banjo.
Oh, and now he's got a banjo, so we might,
learn how to play some upright. So
Yeah.
It can be a
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I'll
We're
have
the
a
next-
Hector for you.
I
Oh,
would
you know
love
what?
that.
That'd be awesome.
I forgot to mention, shout out to the Killbillies. We love the
Yes.
Killbillies.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
you asked about local bands,
Yep.
we do love the Killbillies.
I love the Killbillies too.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question is, what is the best concert you have ever been to?
Ayaterra, hands down. Every time.
Yep.
I would just like, it's just moving, and you leave so like uplifted. It's just like great. They're not a band anymore. It's sad.
I
It's
hate
sad,
that.
But
yeah.
but like all the times I've went to their concerts, I was never disappointed. So
Nice.
And Nate was always super cool too. He'd always like hop off stage and come want to like chat with us and
Right.
stuff. So
Nice.
That was always super cool. Definitely one of my favorite concert experiences has been Aya. But for me, I think I was for my 13th birthday. My mom got me tickets to go see Creed. I know,
Oh,
it's so,
nice.
so cool, right? I'm a real cool guy.
It is very cool.
But
Yeah, that's
But
great.
I was screaming along to the songs like the whole
Yeah.
time, and it just so happened that Scott Stapp's cousin was sitting directly behind me, saw me screaming the whole time, and as the concert was ending, asked me if I wanted to go backstage to
Oh
meet the band.
snap!
How does this happen to
I was-
you? You know someone that knows Jared. You know that. What the heck?
I got really lucky, and I got to go backstage.
Right
and
place,
I want to
right
be
time.
you.
The band.
For real.
But yeah, it's actually go support the Zoo Gym in Lake Worth because that's Scott's. I don't know if they want me to say that or not, but Scott's extended family. So
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna go
Nice.
befriend all of them so I can. It's all about right place, right time.
Exactly. I literally say that almost every podcast. Right place, right time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just so
That's so
happened,
funny.
you know. It got very lucky to be sitting there.
That's awesome.
I almost didn't go.
Did you go to the recent one that they were just here for?
No,
I heard it was
missed
amazing.
Yeah, my mom went. She said it was really good.
Yeah, I heard it was. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was Green Day, which
Ooh, I
It
haven't
was-
seen them. Live.
When did you go?
it was a few years ago, like 2017 maybe.
Okay.
And it was the first concert I ever went to alone because I was kind of a sheltered child. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. My mom wouldn't let me go to stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? I can afford my own tickets now.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. And I was probably dancing like a crazy lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their energy is so great on
So
stage.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And they like to drag people on stage
Yeah.
and have them play.
Yep. When all right,
sounds
so
like
Green
a
Day is one of my all-time favorites as well. But when I was in high school, when he was on drugs, he was the biggest asshole. And
Billy?
yes,
Oh,
me
really?
and my friends, we were all diehards.
Yeah.
And we went to their show, and he pulled a kid up on stage to play a song. He still does it to today, and he tore that poor little kid apart.
Oh no.
Telling him, get the F off my stage. You think
Oh
you
my
can F and play.
goodness.
I said, holy shit. I went home. I threw out all of my Green Day
Yeah,
stuff.
I
I
can
was like,
imagine.
I cannot believe he did that to that
Yeah.
poor kid. Well, fast forward right after COVID, and you were starting to allow to go out again, and it was Fall Out Boy, Green Day, Weezer.
Ooh, that would've been a
It
great
was so good. I think there was someone else. Oh, the Interrupters.
Nice.
It was, they came and they had someone come on stage again. I was like, oh, here we go again. And I was so blown away. I was like, okay, they have grown so much from
Yeah.
them. Like, he was so nice and everything. It was one of the best times that I'd seen him. I was
Wow.
so
That's
happy they redeemed
Yeah.
themselves. And now I can listen to them again without feeling
Yeah.
guilty.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen them live, so I can't say that.
really good. Full of energy, like you said.
Yeah.
But in middle and high school, they were big, and there was a lot of older, like, I would listen to rap and stuff, you know, but, like, listening back to, like, what I would listen to in high school now, I'm like, that shit is so raunchy, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff they would talk about in the songs,
Yeah.
like, you don't even realize when you're that
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
But
You
it
don't
was,
pay
like,
attention.
all drugs and sex, and,
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, that's crazy that I was even, like, susceptible to that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's the right word.
I mean,
But,
I understand.
Yeah, but, like,
Just like
at that
not
young
participating at all either.
Yeah, exactly. And it just like makes you realize like that how like the younger generations are just like, this is what they're listening to,
Yeah.
and like this is why the generations are getting so like teen pregnancy and all this stuff,
Exactly.
and, like everybody getting on drugs at a young age. It's like
Yeah.
it's because it's what they're being fed.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
It's sad.
It is. It really is. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Okay. If you could have dinner with 2 people, alive or dead, who would they be and why?
That's a good one.
You can go first. I gotta think about
You
it.
want me to go first? Oh my gosh. Bob Dylan, for sure. I'd like to have a meal with Bob Dylan. I don't think he'd talk much. He'd probably just eat. That's a good meatball. I don't know, something. Bob Dylan and who's someone else?
That's a hard
I really
question
don't
for
know.
me.
Probably my grandma.
Okay.
Like to
I was
see
gonna
her
say,
again.
can it be people from my
Yeah.
family? Because
Yeah.
it would probably be my brother.
Yeah.
Just to be able to, like, to talk to him one
Yeah.
more time and be like,
Yeah.
just get off your chest whatever you wanted to say.
Yeah. Yep.
But I feel like that question was meant to be like someone like famous or something, right? Like,
I get so
it's-
many different
I
answers.
think it's much more open.
Yeah.
Open-ended
I had
question.
someone say something like the Pope, Jesus Christ, like different people, and then some people, their family
having
members.
dinner with Jesus would obviously be great. Like,
We're all gonna.
amazing.
We get there eventually.
Tell me where my life is going. Like, what am I gonna? How do I die? Like,
think-
you know
I
what
think-
I mean? Like,
Yep.
I think that's called the last meal.
the Last Supper.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Before you're ascended, right after that, right?
I think I would choose like Victor Wooten. I saw him
Dang,
years
that was a
ago.
good one.
Read your mind,
I
huh?
know.
He played at, I think it was Revolution, and I was up front,
Oh.
and I was just watching him, and I'm like, this guy, like, he is the bass. Like,
Yeah, he has a completely different understanding of what music even is.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like when you see somebody that's like so connected to their
Right.
instrument, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they're not even thinking, they're just like
Some people
they're
have that
in it.
gift,
expressing.
man.
Yeah.
through it. Like, I just want to like get into the head of that. Like, what's that like?
Right.
But yeah, who else? I don't know. I also want to pick like my grandma, just
Okay.
because she didn't speak very good English, so I would want to speak to her like with a translator.
Just to understand each other. Yeah.
Like if there was like like a babble fish where it just goes in my ear and translates.
Yeah.
everything
Perfectly
for me.
translated.
Yeah.
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 I think they make those now.
They
I'm
do.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
They
My
make-
husband wants one for
was
the
gonna
lady
say,
in
I've
his
been
office.
seeing
He wants to know what
ads.
she's really saying about it.
Yes. Right? And you like take it to the nail salon. All the people
dinner with
that are all
grandma would be
the
fucking
ladies
awesome.
talking
Yeah.
shit
That'd
be
about
awesome to
you,
get to
or
see
men.
your
I mean, there's men
friends
too.
once in a
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I always feel like they're talking shit. You know?
Yep. No, I for
They're
real.
like doing your nails and toes, and they're like, da, 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 ha. It's like,
They're actually talking about like, she's got a great smile. Do you see what
Yeah.
I say? Like,
that would be great though. That would
there's
like,
just a total opposite spin than everybody's like horrible negative perception
see?
of stuff.
But that
you know?
would that
Like,
would release the stigma.
we
though,
we
you know
all
what I'm
have this
saying?
like terrible negative perception of like, oh, they're talking about me and stuff. You know, it's
Yep.
like, who cares, bro?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a reflection of them. Now
It is absolutely. Yeah. Short story, really long story, really short. My daughter, this girl at school, you know how girls are when they're younger.
Patty.
And my daughter had straightened her hair. She has straight hair already, but you straighten it and it's
Yeah.
even not frizzy or anything like that. And this chick comes in and she's telling her how nice her hair looks, And then 2 weeks pass, she has her hair straightened, and my daughter was like, "Oh my God, it looks so nice," because her hair was like yours. And she's like, "Maybe I'll straighten my hair tomorrow." She's 12 years old. We're talking about 12-year-olds, okay?
Yeah.
And so then my daughter, she goes on telling my daughter, "Oh, your hair's not going to look any different. It's not." I said, "She's a pick-me girl, okay? She needs to have all the attention. And right now her hair is straight, so she's just going to, be nasty to you about it." So we straightened my daughter's hair yesterday, and as I'm straightening it, I said, "Now, I just want you to know, Kaylee's not going to say anything about your hair. She is not going to say it looks any different. She's not going to even acknowledge that it looks beautiful, but you need to know
It does.
that she thinks it does, and she
yeah.
will never say it because she needs to reverse it back to her hair."
Yep.
Yep.
So I got a text after I dropped her at school, 15 minutes later. She's like, "Mom, you were right. I said, oh, honey, I'm usually right. I said, she's just like I said, she just has to have all the attention, and she's not going to give you the credit. And
So
I
been
went
there,
on
done
about all
that.
of them. I was like, and that, honey, is what you call a bitch. I said, so she was like, Mom. I was like, just so you know.
Like, no,
okay?
one free pass. That's the one you get.
Don't repeat it, but
Yeah,
that's what it,
Yes.
that's the definition. This girl.
So what goes around comes around, you know,
It does,
whatever.
you know?
And I mean, because my kid is not that like that. She would be the first one to be like, oh my God, you look so pretty, blah, blah, blah.
It's all about how you're raised, too, though.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It really is.
So, all right, now we're going to move on to rapid fire. And let's see if we can get this. We'll just do like boom, boom, boom.
Cool.
I say it like it's really going to happen, but
Okay.
you ready?
One
No
of them
thinking.
sit here.
Okay. Finish this sentence. Taylor Swift is.
Oh my God.
No thinking.
Honestly, talented.
Yeah.
It's one word. Go.
A guitarist and a singer. I thought there were going to be different ones like this one and then another one.
I'm going to give you all a chance to answer each one.
Okay, cool.
Great songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are so nice. All right. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Cats and dogs.
Dogs.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Early bird.
Early bird. Most of the time.
So you didn't mind the screw up today then, okay? You were probably cursing me. Like,
No, I was good, but it's just like, because I work late night, I'm usually not
Yep.
up super
no,
early.
I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear you. Friday nights are our couch movie drinking night, so I was like, oh, God, I have to wake up early.
Oh, gosh.
But hey, you know what? I have no one but myself to blame. Okay, comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Comedy.
Drama.
Okay.
I love Erica.
All-time favorite TV show?
Rugrats.
Interesting.
That's from
You
childhood.
dumb
SpongeBob.
babies.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Mahimoy.
Dragon Ball Z.
Who is it?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, jeez. That's
That was a great answer.
Anime.
Yep, the anime.
Wait, can I say One Piece?
I like Friends, too.
Oh yeah, I love Friends.
It's animated stuff for us.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 words to describe yourself.
Creative. Shit. Poetic. I'm just gonna say anxious because I don't care.
Okay.
Because I am an anxious person. So
I'm gonna say clumsy, caring.
I could have said caring. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah. Crazy.
I could have said mindful. I could have said a lot of things. But
Quiet.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say creative. Spiritual.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Okay.
Okay, so the final rapid fire question is, who is the most overrated musician?
Overrated. We're gonna fire some shots today.
I have my answers ready.
Overrated.
I can't say my answer
I
for
think
real.
I do have an answer.
I can't say my answer for real.
I don't know. Can I say Taylor Swift again?
I was gonna say that. I was seriously gonna say that.
No, it's like I don't really feel that way, but I just feel like with everything that's like, I feel kind of bad for her because all the backlash that she gets, to be honest, because she is a very good like songwriter and like performer, and like she puts on a show. So I guess I couldn't say she's overrated because I like do think she
The
like
ticket price is overrated.
Yes.
Yeah, the ticket prices. I don't know.
I don't think she
That's
controls
a hard
that, though,
question
so
for me.
You got to give her a little bit.
She definitely has an input on it.
That's true.
I would think
Oh,
so,
I don't
right?
know.
No
Whoever
slack
wrote
given.
Yeah.
that song about trucks in the country music industry. What is it?
Many of them.
Gosh, how does it even go? It's such a dumb song.
Something about a truck.
No, it was like
That's all I know of that song.
They use it like in the truck commercials now. It's like, I can't even. It's a lady.
I'm with you.
It's a lady singer.
I'm with you. Something about a truck. Is that Luke Bryan?
Is that who it
that
is? Is that?
I think man, I don't want to say the wrong name and get it completely canceled. But there's one country singer that I think is just
the American Idol judge.
Yeah,
is that,
yeah.
I can't. I can't.
I'm not with it.
Absolutely cannot even understand how
I've had to play
it.
his songs for like cover gigs and stuff, and I'm just like, all right, next song, please, next song.
Yep.
I'm not good at on the spot questions like that.
Oh man, I was gonna say like Ariana Grande. I think she has a beautiful voice.
She does, yeah.
I just think she's there's a lot of nepo babies.
I
out
gotcha.
there.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of overrated artists. I just can't think of any other names right now.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that many like that. So I'm not a very mainstream person. I'm not listening to stuff like that. So
I would say mainly
say.
in like the rap scene though, or like Ariana Grande's scene, because they're like, I feel like those are very like becoming very influential to like the younger generations, especially like when it comes to like TikTok dances and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'll find my like 12-year-old niece like singing some of these words, and I didn't even know what they said until she starts singing them, and I'm like, that's like demonic. Like you need to stop singing that.
I will say there's a lot of like really, really weird like semi-satanic looking imagery and a lot of the stuff that's on like all the radio right now, and it's just I'm not with it.
And even all the cartoons too. The stuff they have on like Cartoon Network and stuff.
Oh my God! There's this one show that my daughter wanted to watch about Satan's daughter or something.
Yeah, there's like a little devil. On the Illuminati.
I was like,
symbol,
absolutely not. And she was so upset. She waited all spring break for me to make my decision, and then finally my husband started like watching it to see if. And he's like, absolutely not.
Really
like not on
careful.
top of it, there was like sex, and I'm like,
you gotta be careful.
What the heck? Heck no.
They try to hide shit, but like it's becoming more known. Like
you're
you watch it as an adult, and you're like, what the heck is happening?
It's
on
making
this
sense
now.
now. Yeah,
this is what kids are watching.
It's sad. It is sad. All right, so let's bring it back to Mad Mellow. What's coming up for you guys? Where can everybody find you? Where can they get merch if you have any?
We actually did get a lot of new merch lately. I just got it in yesterday, the last set of shirts. We are playing Propaganda on 420 with Joey Caldereo and Rockstead. It is the daytime show. It starts at 1 p.m. Well, doors are 1 p.m. We play 2 to 2:45. Show goes till 6. Yeah, so you guys should come out to that. And then we play... We don't have that much coming up, but in... what's the next month? May? May 10th, we play Frenchies. So that's a 3-hour gig, 8 to 11.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah,
when you do the 3-hour gigs, do you do any covers?
Yeah, we mix them in there.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, we do a lot of covers.
We don't have 3 hours of original material
yet. We mix in the originals is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For merch, you can find it at our shows. I haven't gotten a chance to put it online yet. I'm not gonna lie, a little slacking, but
well, they got to go to your shows to get it.
Yeah. Come out to see us. Follow
Check
us
out
on
Spotify.
Yeah,
also,
Mad Mellow.
May 10 is my birthday, so come out to
come out to help us celebrate
yes.
Erica's birthday. Bring some
it's a
cake
birthday
for
party.
Her, you know?
Yes.
Maybe some jealous shots for her.
Yeah, maybe like 2.
Some balloons. We'll give her some helium,
Yeah.
A new 5-string,
I mean,
or a new bass, if you're feeling
A
generous.
new LTD for their, nothing too crazy.
Gift card to fancy restaurants.
I got you, Erica. I got you. What's up?
Nice little Visa gift card,
Your credit card info.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Oh my goodness.
All right then. So, any final words that you would have to say to any of your followers?
Just want to say thank you for all the love and support. As we continue on our musical journey and continue to put out music, we're going to be putting out some more music for you here shortly. We have a couple new originals we're working on, and hopefully a few new features coming in, shortly. So we'll have some surprises for y'all.
Okay. You have anything you want to say?
Thank you guys for supporting as much as you are. Please continue to support. It's how we're able to continue to do this. We all love it very, very much. It's our real passion. So the more you guys support, the more we are able to return on that, play more shows, put out more music. put out more merch, give stuff out. So all that sort of stuff. The more support we get, the more support we give.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate everybody coming out to shows. It's like band life isn't easy sometimes, you know. But we appreciate everybody like coming to support, even just like kind words saying that they liked our music. It means a lot.
Yeah, we definitely don't do it for the money. We do it for the love of the music. So,
Exactly.
But yeah, so we have merch. So come on out and support us that way too. We got some crop tops, tank tops now. Yeah, and you can follow us at Mad Mellow Music on Instagram, and then just Mad Mellow on Spotify.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for understanding my screw up.
You're totally
and thank you for
fine.
coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And no,
of course.
I'm so happy you came and we got this put together. I can't wait to go to my open house and listen to all your whole album.
Yeah, that means a
Awesome.
lot. Let us know what you
I'm
think.
gonna play it on their little Alexa, and for everybody that
You
comes.
might
to-
have them crying, you know.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Easy, people will screw you over completely. Get rid of the cold and the greedy. No time for you to feel uneasy.